Remember to leave a like and subscribe, please, if you enjoy the journey. Sometimes, the most fascinating automotive stories don't begin with speed or excitement, but with a quiet idea. In the early 1980s, Toyota executives in Japan were studying the American market. They saw something surprising. People didn't want more performance. They wanted peace of mind. Commutes were getting longer. Families were growing. Life was speeding up outside, and when you stepped into a car, you wanted it to slow down. And in 1982, Toyota tried something unusual. They introduced a new car called the Toyota Camry, built on what they called the V10 platform. It didn't roar for attention. It whispered for it. It simply promised, "I will start every morning." The Camry wasn't a hit overnight. It was careful, humble, and very Japanese in philosophy. Reliability before personality. But Toyota had a strategy. 5 years later, in 1987, Toyota built its first American Camry at a brand new manufacturing plant in Georgetown, Kentucky. This was Toyota's first U.S. assembly facility, and it changed everything. Suddenly, the Camry wasn't just a Japanese import. It was a car built by American hands, for American roads. Then Toyota engineers made a decision that would define the Camry for decades. They designed the car to regularly exceed 200,000 miles without major mechanical failure. Not as an advertisement, but as an internal engineering requirement. That one choice turned the Camry into something more than a product. It became a companion. People began to notice. In 1997, something historic happened. The Camry became the best-selling car in the United States for the first time. It would hold that title for 18 out of the next 20 years, an achievement almost unheard of in automotive history. What made it so enduring? Toyota didn't chase trends. They improved the places people never looked, places they only felt. For example, when Toyota introduced the 2002 Camry, known internally as the 1530, engineers spent months perfecting the car's quietness. They redesigned door seals, carpet insulation, and suspension bushings to reduce cabin noise by about 25% compared to the previous model. Most drivers never knew these details. They just knew the car felt calmer. And then came something new. Efficiency meeting everyday comfort. In 2007, Toyota introduced the Camry Hybrid, blending their proven sedan platform with battery technology similar to the Prius. It was suddenly one of the most fuel-efficient mid-size sedans in the world. You could sit in rush hour traffic and feel like you weren't wasting time, fuel, or money. But behind its reputation for predictability, the Camry has always had a quiet, wild side. In the early 1990s, Toyota offered a V6 Camry that produced 185 horsepower, surprising car reviewers who expected nothing more than commuter power. It wasn't a sports car. It was something rarer, a sleeper, a car that looked ordinary but moved with unexpected strength. The Camry continued evolving, far from the spotlight. In 2018, Toyota redesigned it using the TNGA, Toyota New Global Architecture, platform, which improved rigidity, handling, and safety. Most drivers never heard the phrase, TNGA, but they noticed something on the road. The Camry finally felt confident. Over the years, through recessions, rising fuel prices, and shifting trends, the Camry stayed consistent, reliable, calm, present. And today, more than 20 million Toyota Camrys have been sold worldwide. Think of that number for a moment. 20 million families, 20 million morning commutes, 20 million road trips, beginning with the simple sound of a dependable engine starting. Some cars become legends by winning races. Others become icons by turning heads at car shows. The Toyota Camry earned its place in history another way, by showing up every single day, doing exactly what it promised, quietly, without fail. It is proof that a car doesn't have to be loud to be remarkable, that history can be built not in bursts of attention, but in miles of consistency. The Camry is a story of subtle innovation, and the beauty of things that simply work. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the year 1976. The world was changing fast. Music on the radio, shifting economies, new hopes. And in Japan, a quietly ambitious company decided to build something more than just a car. They built a promise. That promise became the very first Honda Accord, a three-door hatchback introduced in May 1976. It wasn't a supercar, it wasn't flashy, but it was cleverly designed. Comfortable interiors, smooth ride, and a sense of balance between practicality and elegance. Reviews at the time lauded its comfort, quiet operation, and drivability. Buyers responded. Demand quickly outpaced supply. What had begun as a modest plan for a few thousand units a month soon doubled. Then more. Within months, Honda reworked production to meet growing demand, recognizing that people wanted more than a cheap compact. They wanted a dependable companion. It was more than a hit in Japan. By the end of the 1970s, Honda was exporting the Accord to the United States and other markets. In 1982, something historic happened. The Accord became the first car from a Japanese automaker to be built in America, when production started at Honda's Marysville, Ohio plant. It was a bold move, a Japanese design, built on American soil, for American roads. That decision changed the trajectory of the Accord forever. Over the decades, more than 12.7 million Accords have been sold in America alone, testament to its lasting appeal and trust with buyers. What made the Accord so enduring? Honda never rested. They iterated, refined, and adapted. By 1997, they launched the sixth generation of Accord, built around a philosophy combining environmental consciousness, refined chassis engineering, and driving enjoyability. This generation introduced cleaner engines and more efficient emissions, while improving comfort and maintaining Honda's commitment to reliability. As years passed, the demands of drivers changed. Sedans had to offer more than transportation. They had to offer refinement, economy, and adaptability. Honda answered that call. In the 2010s, the Accord entered a new era by embracing hybrid technology. The hybrid version blended fuel efficiency with everyday usability, a modern reflection of the Accord's original promise to balance practicality and innovation. By now, the Honda Accord was no longer just a compact hatchback. It evolved into a mid-size sedan, roomy, refined, and still true to its roots. Yet despite its growth, it kept the core qualities that made it loved: quiet confidence, smooth ride, and consistent reliability. Over time, the Accord's reputation solidified, with enthusiasts and everyday drivers alike praising how it felt on the road. Road tests, long-term owners, and car magazines repeatedly recognized the Accord for its blend of comfort, reliability, and value. And through all of that, from humble beginnings to global success, the Accord taught a valuable lesson. That greatness doesn't always roar. Sometimes it quietly arrives. It becomes part of your daily routine. It adapts with your needs. It grows with you. So whether it's a first job, a family road trip, or a simple commute, the Honda Accord quietly keeps its promise. to bring harmony between people, society, and the automobile. Let's travel back to the summer of 1972. The world was shifting, gas prices rising, people longing for simplicity, practicality, and freedom on the open road without worrying about cost. Against that backdrop, a modest new car quietly rolled into showrooms in Japan, the first-generation Civic. It was introduced on July 11, 1972 as a two-door fastback, and later a hatchback, built with a small 1,169 cubic centimeters engine and front-wheel drive. It was tiny by today's standards, yet inside, it offered surprising room. A clever engineering feat despite its compact exterior, it gave people the promise of mobility without the burden. A car that would take them where they needed to go without fuss. Soon, world events made the Civic's timing uncanny. The oil crisis was looming. As fuel became expensive and scarce, demand skyrocketed for small, fuel-efficient cars. The Civic, with its clever design and efficiency, became a lifeline for many. That early Civic introduced a technology that was ahead of its time. The CVCC engine, compound vortex controlled combustion, which debuted in 1975. Thanks to this, the Civic was among the first to meet stringent emission standards, without needing a catalytic converter or special fuel. It demonstrated a new kind of automotive philosophy, efficiency and environmental sense, not just power or size. Honda named this car Civic to reflect its ambition, a car for the citizens and cities of the world. It wasn't built for speed or luxury. It was built for everyday people who needed reliability, affordability, and practicality. The world responded. Over the decades, the Civic grew, but always kept that original DNA. By 2022, over 27.5 million Civics had been sold globally. Fact 6. Imagine that. Tens of millions of families, students, commuters, all trusting the Civic to carry them through their days. Through more than 10 generations, the Civic continually evolved. From a subcompact hatchback in the 1970s to a refined compact car with modern design, each generation brought new comfort, safety, and performance, while still honoring the car's roots. In recent years, the Civic has embraced the needs of modern drivers. The newest models offer advanced safety, fuel efficiency, and even hybrid variants. In 2025, the latest hybrid Civic was awarded the North American Car of the Year, making Civic the most honored nameplate in the awards history. But beyond awards and sales numbers, there's something quietly beautiful about the Civic's journey. It's not a car built to wow you, it's a car built to trust. From narrow city streets to wide highway drives, from a single commuter to a growing family, from basic hatchback to modern hybrid, the Civic adapted to the changing world, generation after generation. So next time you see a Civic, old or new, know you're looking at more than just steel and wheels. You're looking at decades of thoughtful engineering, global trust, and a promise kept: simplicity, reliability, and freedom. Let's travel to 1966. The world was changing, cities growing fast, economies evolving, and everyday people looking for a dependable way to move. In Japan, a modest new car rolled out, the first-generation Corolla. It debuted as a compact, economical sedan designed for young families, commuters, and practical drivers. At the time, it was unassuming. Small engine, modest interior, nothing flashy. But it carried a promise: to deliver reliability, fuel efficiency, and affordability to people who needed mobility without worries. The Corolla offered good fuel economy and simple maintenance, making it ideal for post-war Japan and rising global demand. Almost immediately, the Corolla found favor beyond Japan. In 1968, Toyota began exporting it, and soon it became one of the first Japanese cars widely sold outside Japan, reaching markets across Asia, Europe, and North America. For many buyers worldwide, the Corolla represented trustworthy transportation, a step up from uncertainty. As years passed, Toyota kept evolving the Corolla, refining, improving, but never losing the core promise: dependable daily transport. By 1974, when the A40/A50 generation launched, Toyota had already built a reputation for solid build quality and durability with the Corolla name. Fact 4. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, the Corolla proved its resilience. It weathered oil crises, economic downturns, changing buyer tastes, yet always delivered. Because of that consistency, more and more people across the world came to trust the Corolla name. In the early 1990s, Toyota launched the E100 generation, the first rounded global Corolla, built on a modern platform that aimed for safety, comfort, and global standards, yet still held onto its core DNA of reliability and affordability. It was then that Corolla became not just a Japanese success, but a truly global icon. Over time, the numbers began to tell a remarkable story. By 1997, the Corolla had become the world's best-selling nameplate, a title it held largely because it appealed everywhere: cities and countryside, rich nations and emerging markets alike. Toyota didn't stop there. Into the 21st century, the Corolla embraced modernization. Features like fuel-efficient engines, refined interiors, and safety upgrades allowed it to stay relevant among new generations of drivers. In many regions, the Corolla remains one of the most popular cars for new drivers and families, a testament to its ability to adapt without losing its soul. What's perhaps most humbling is how many lives the Corolla has touched. Across decades and continents, from students to families to daily commuters, the Corolla has quietly carried millions of memories. First commutes, road trips, new jobs, moving days, even life changes. It's a car of beginnings, a car of growth, a companion, not a trophy. As of today, the Corolla stands among the top-selling cars in history, with tens of millions of units sold worldwide, making it one of the most ubiquitous automobiles ever built. It's easy to overlook the Corolla when it's just another car on the road. But if you pause and think, every time you see a Corolla, you see decades of careful engineering, promises kept, and a legacy of trust that spans continents. From a tiny economical sedan in 1966 Japan, to a global symbol of reliability and accessibility, the Toyota Corolla proves that greatness doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it hums along steadily, mile after mile. Imagine a time in the early 1990s when mid-size sedans were evolving, balancing comfort, performance, and practicality for everyday people. It was in that era the world first saw the Nissan Altima. The concept was simple: a spacious, reliable, affordable sedan for people who need a dependable daily car. Not a luxury sports car, but something that fits life: work commutes, family errands, road trips. From its early days, the Altima distinguished itself by offering a comfortable ride and above-average interior room for its class. Even though it competed with many rivals, this combination of comfort and value earned it a quiet following. As years passed, the car evolved. In each generation, Nissan refined the Altima, with better suspension tuning, more refined interiors, and updated safety features, all without losing the core promise: a dependable, accessible sedan. During the 2000s and 2010s, the Altima became especially popular in North America, where many middle-class families, young professionals, and commuters found in it the right balance. Roomy enough for daily needs, efficient enough for city or highway driving, and affordable enough to fit a wide range of budgets. One of the Altima's defining strengths, quietly took shape in fuel efficiency and practicality. Rather than chasing exotic performance, Nissan optimized for what mattered: reliability, reasonable fuel consumption, and cost of ownership, a practical formula that resonated with many buyers over decades. Through changing automotive trends, rising fuel prices, shifting customer priorities, economic ups and downs, the Altima adapted. It offered trim levels to match different needs: basic affordable trims for budget-minded buyers, more feature-rich trims for comfort seekers. This flexibility helped it remain relevant across generations. Perhaps the most telling sign of its success is how many people chose it not as a first car, but as a long-time car. Many Altima owners kept their cars for years, trusting the model for reliability and consistent performance. It quietly built a reputation for being a dependable companion on everyday journeys. Looking around today, when you see a well-worn sedan on the road, maybe doing school runs, grocery errands, or long commutes, there's a good chance it could be an Altima. That normalcy, that presence, it's part of the Altima's legacy. Not flashy, not elite, but realistic. A car built for real life. And though the automotive world shifts, SUVs, crossovers, electric cars rising, the Altima remains a testament to the fact that sedans still matter. Because for many, what matters most isn't speed or status, but trust, consistency, and comfort. That's the legacy of the Nissan Altima. We begin our journey with a car that has quietly made its mark in the world of family sedans. A car known for combining reliability with thoughtful design, the Hyundai Sonata. The story of the Sonata begins in 1985, when Hyundai introduced it to the world as a successor to the Stella. It was a bold step for the South Korean automaker, signaling its ambitions to compete on the global stage. The very first Sonata was available with a modest four-cylinder engine, yet it carried the promise of quality at an affordable price, capturing the attention of drivers seeking a dependable everyday car. By 1988, the Sonata had entered the North American market. At that time, the idea of a South Korean car being sold in the United States was still new, and the Sonata quickly gained recognition for its practicality and fuel efficiency, a key selling point during an era when fuel prices and environmental concerns were on many minds. As the years went on, Hyundai continued to refine the Sonata. The second generation, introduced in 1988, featured a sleeker, more aerodynamic design and improved safety features. This was a time when Hyundai was learning to balance style with engineering, and the Sonata became a symbol of that evolution. In 1993, the Sonata underwent another transformation, introducing a V6 engine option for the first time. This addition gave drivers a new sense of power and versatility, and it marked Hyundai's growing confidence in competing with more established brands. Around the same time, the Sonata started earning accolades for its safety ratings, a factor that would come to define the car's reputation in years to come. By the early 2000s, Hyundai was no longer just a value-focused brand. With the fifth-generation Sonata, introduced in 2004, the company embraced a more global design philosophy, blending elegance with technology. This generation featured advanced features like electronic stability control and side curtain airbags, innovations that were becoming increasingly important for families. One of the most notable aspects of the Sonata is its adaptability. Over the years, it has been offered in a variety of powertrains, from fuel-efficient four-cylinder engines to hybrid versions designed to meet the needs of eco-conscious drivers. This adaptability has allowed the Sonata to remain relevant in a rapidly changing automotive landscape. The Sonata also became a platform for innovation. In 2010, Hyundai introduced the sixth-generation Sonata, which showcased a bold new design language, combining sharp lines with flowing curves. This generation emphasized not just comfort, but a driving experience that was engaging yet relaxed, a reflection of Hyundai's growing understanding of what drivers truly wanted. And while the Sonata has always been about more than just performance, it has also been recognized for its value and reliability. In 2012, the Sonata was named one of the top 10 cars for the money by a leading automotive publication, cementing its reputation as a smart choice for those who wanted both quality and peace of mind. Through every generation, the Sonata has quietly evolved, balancing innovation with consistency. From its humble beginnings in the mid-1980s to becoming a symbol of modern, practical sophistication, the Hyundai Sonata continues to offer a story of ambition, growth, and thoughtful design, one that reflects the journey of an automaker striving to make a meaningful mark on the world of cars. From Hyundai, we move next to a close cousin on the roads, the Kia Optima, known in recent years as the Kia K5. This mid-size sedan has quietly become a symbol of style, innovation, and thoughtful engineering. The story of the Optima begins in 2000, when Kia introduced it as its first attempt at a truly global sedan. Unlike many early Kia models, the Optima was designed from the start to appeal to international markets, combining sleek European-inspired styling with an emphasis on value. One of the early hallmarks of the Optima was its commitment to safety. In 2001, the Optima received top crash test ratings in its class, establishing Kia as a serious contender for families seeking both style and protection on the road. This focus on safety would remain a defining feature for the generations to come. By 2006, Kia introduced the second-generation Optima, bringing a more refined design and a larger interior space. This generation also marked the introduction of more powerful engine options, including a V6, allowing drivers to enjoy performance alongside comfort. In 2010, the third-generation Optima debuted with a bold new design language, known as Tiger Nose by Kia. This distinctive front grille became a signature feature, signaling Kia's evolution from a budget-friendly brand to one that emphasized design, sophistication, and a sense of modernity. Kia also recognized the growing importance of technology. By the mid-2010s, the Optima was equipped with advanced infotainment systems, navigation, and driver assistance features. Lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, and adaptive cruise control became part of what made the Optima not just a car, but a thoughtful companion for daily life. In 2015, the Optima Hybrid made its appearance, reflecting Kia's commitment to sustainability and efficiency. This model combined fuel economy with comfort, proving that eco-conscious driving didn't mean sacrificing style or convenience. The transformation of the Optima into the K5 in 2020 marked another pivotal chapter. With a sharper, sportier silhouette, a low-slung profile, and athletic stance, the K5 represented Kia's vision for the future of mid-size sedans. It was no longer just a practical car. It was a statement of confidence and design ambition. Modern K5 models also embrace innovation under the hood. Turbocharged engines, advanced suspension systems, and high-tech safety features demonstrate Kia's dedication to making each drive smooth, enjoyable, and reassuring, combining performance with a sense of calm control. Through every generation, the Optima, and now K5, has exemplified Kia's journey, from humble beginnings to a brand recognized worldwide for style, safety, and innovation. It tells the story of how thoughtful design and technological foresight can transform a simple sedan into a trusted companion on life's roads. Next, we turn our attention to a car that has long been admired for its adventurous spirit and reliability, the Subaru Impreza. For decades, it has quietly combined practicality with a sense of freedom, earning a devoted following around the world. The Impreza first appeared in 1992 as Subaru's compact car designed to replace the Leon. Right from the start, it stood out with its all-wheel drive system, a feature that was uncommon for compact cars at the time. This innovation gave the Impreza a reputation for safety and stability, particularly in regions with challenging weather conditions. By 1993, Subaru had begun offering the Impreza in multiple body styles, including sedan and wagon versions. This versatility allowed families, outdoor enthusiasts, and commuters alike to find a model that fit their lifestyle. It was a small car that offered surprisingly big possibilities. In 1995, Subaru introduced the first Impreza WRX, a performance-oriented model that would become legendary in rally circles. With a turbocharged engine and sporty handling, the WRX brought excitement to the Impreza lineup, showing that practicality and performance could coexist in harmony. The second generation, introduced in 2000, brought a more refined design and improved interior comfort. Safety remained a core focus, with reinforced structures and better crash protection. The car's symmetrical all-wheel drive system was further refined, continuing to offer drivers confidence in every season. By 2007, the third generation of the Impreza embraced a modern, aerodynamic design while maintaining its hallmark durability. Fuel efficiency improvements and enhanced safety features made it an appealing choice for daily commuting without sacrificing the sense of adventure Subaru was known for. In 2012, the Impreza introduced advanced driver assistance systems, including eyesight technology, which uses cameras to help monitor traffic and potential hazards. This innovation added a layer of reassurance, blending Subaru's rugged reputation with modern technology for safer drives. The 2017 redesign brought the Impreza into a new era, with bold styling, improved fuel economy, and a spacious, comfortable interior. Subaru also reinforced its commitment to safety, with high ratings in crash tests and a suite of driver assistance features standard on most models. Finally, the Impreza has always celebrated versatility. From city streets to forest trails, it has served as a reliable companion, combining the practicality of a compact car with the adventurous spirit of an all-wheel drive system. The story of the Impreza is one of balance, between performance and safety, style and function, adventure and everyday life. For now, we turn to a car that has long been admired for blending elegance, driving pleasure, and everyday practicality, the Mazda 3. Introduced to the world in the early 2000s, the Mazda 3 has always been about more than just getting from point A to point B. It is a car designed to make the journey feel enjoyable. The Mazda 3 first arrived in 2003, replacing the familiar Mazda 323. From its earliest days, it was praised for its sharp handling and engaging driving dynamics, traits that set it apart from many other compact cars of the time. The car's responsive steering and well-tuned suspension made every drive feel purposeful, even when navigating city streets. By 2004, the Mazda 3 was available with both sedan and hatchback versions, giving drivers the choice between practicality and style. Its combination of a sporty feel with functional design quickly won over both young professionals and small families. In 2006, Mazda introduced the second generation of the Mazda 3, featuring a more refined exterior design and upgraded interior materials. The company began to focus not just on performance, but on comfort and quality, ensuring that the car was as enjoyable inside as it was to drive. Another important milestone came with the introduction of Mazda's Skyactiv technology in 2011. This suite of innovations included more efficient engines, lightweight chassis, and improved transmissions, all designed to deliver better fuel economy and a more engaging driving experience. Mazda 3 owners could now enjoy performance and efficiency in harmony. In 2014, the third-generation Mazda 3 embraced Mazda's Kodo, soul of motion, design philosophy, giving the car flowing lines, a dynamic stance, and an unmistakable sense of elegance. This design approach helped the Mazda 3 stand out in a crowded compact car segment, elevating it to a class of its own. Technology continued to evolve alongside design. The Mazda 3 began offering advanced safety features such as adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, and automatic emergency braking. These innovations reflected Mazda's commitment to combining driving enjoyment with peace of mind. By 2019, the Mazda 3 had entered its fourth generation, with a focus on refinement, luxury, and comfort, without losing its sporty character. Premium materials, a quiet cabin, and intuitive infotainment systems transformed the Mazda 3 into a compact car that felt truly special, a balance of practicality and sophistication. Through every generation, the Mazda 3 has remained a car that celebrates the joy of driving. Its story is one of constant refinement, combining performance, design, and technology in a way that has kept it relevant, admired, and beloved by drivers around the world. Next, we explore a car that has become a global icon in the world of compact sedans, the Volkswagen Jetta. With its blend of German engineering, understated style, and reliability, the Jetta has quietly earned a loyal following for decades. The story of the Jetta begins in 1979, when Volkswagen introduced it as a sedan version of the Golf. The idea was simple: take the practicality and reliability of a hatchback and give it the elegance of a traditional sedan. This combination proved instantly appealing to drivers seeking versatility and style in one package. Early Jettas were powered by modest four-cylinder engines, yet they offered a driving experience that felt solid and controlled, a hallmark of Volkswagen's engineering philosophy. Even in the early days, the car was known for its precise steering and composed handling, qualities that would become defining traits over time. By the mid-1980s, the Jetta had started gaining popularity in North America, earning praise for its build quality, safety features, and surprisingly spacious interior. It was a compact car that didn't feel compact, offering comfort for both city commuting and longer journeys. In 1992, the third-generation Jetta was introduced, bringing a more aerodynamic design and improved fuel efficiency. Volkswagen also began offering more powerful engine options, including the VR6, which added a new dimension of performance to the Jetta lineup. The fourth-generation Jetta, arriving in 1999, marked another step toward refinement. With a focus on safety, Volkswagen added features like side airbags and anti-lock brakes, while the car's interior became more comfortable and sophisticated. Drivers could now enjoy a compact sedan that felt closer to a luxury experience. By 2005, the fifth-generation Jetta embraced a more modern, stylish look while continuing to refine its driving dynamics. Volkswagen also expanded options to include turbocharged engines and diesel variants, catering to both performance enthusiasts and efficiency-minded drivers. In 2011, the sixth-generation Jetta debuted, incorporating advanced technology and driver assistance features. Touchscreen infotainment, rear-view cameras, and stability control systems brought the Jetta into a new era, demonstrating Volkswagen's commitment to blending tradition with modern innovation. Finally, the latest Jetta models have become a symbol of practical sophistication. With spacious cabins, refined materials, and efficient engines, they maintain the balance that has always defined the car: reliable, precise, and quietly confident, a companion for drivers who appreciate understated excellence. Thank you for taking this drive with me. One story at a time, we're exploring the vehicles that shape the roads we travel every day. The innovations, the milestones, and the quiet decisions that turn simple ideas into lasting legacies. If you enjoyed relaxing with this episode, feel free to stay a while. There are many more cars and many more stories waiting. Take a moment to breathe. Let the history settle. And when you're ready, continue the journey with the next chapter in this series. Until then, drive safely, stay curious, and may the road ahead be peaceful. If you like this journey, please leave a like, subscribe if you can, and comment below on your favorite automobile on today's list.